Hey. Now this video, again, yet another Xenoblade 3 video, but this time it's actually not because of the direct, okay? Don't worry, I still get my unhealthy amount of direct watches and binges every day, but this video was actually inspired by Xenoblade X, okay? I know I don't talk much about X on the channel, and that's mainly because it's kind of like doesn't exist. It's a monolith. Like X is just so detached away from like the main Xenoblade story of 1, 2, and 3. So I can't. There's never really anywhere to put it. But as much as or as little as I talk about X, actually my second favorite Xenoblade game. I mean, y'all all know Xenoblade 2 is my #1 favorite game of all time. But my favorite Xenoblade games are Xenoblade 2 and then X. I like X a lot more than 1. Like, it's nothing against 1, I just like X a lot more. I love Xenoblade 1, but you know, I like all the other Xenoblade games a lot more than it. But today's video is about the quest system in Xenoblade 3 and how I want it to be. I want it to be like Xenoblade X, and it's kind of already starting to look like in Xenoblade 1 and 2. The way we get quests is just from random NPCs around the world. And you know, that's it. That's how you get your quests, is by talking to random NPCs. In Xenoblade X, you have like main central hub in NLA where you can just get all your quests from. All your quests are in a giant list, and you can select which ones you want to accept at the time. You can only accept up to 20, which is still quite a bit. 20 quests at once is a lot, okay? So you're going to be getting a lot done, even if you're not like specifically focusing on one. And Xenoblade 1 and 2, their quests were okay, but Xenoblade X was like the only Xenoblade game where I actually like enjoyed doing side quests. And I think I've done more side quests in X than I have in 1 and 2 combined. Okay, so I mean, Xenoblade X, for your side quests, and when you get like one big list of side quests, there's different kinds. There's Moranium requests where you just have to give Moranium, a certain amount of Moranium to a person. Gathering, we have to gather a certain amount of collectibles, you know, staples in JRPGs. Bounties, where you just go out and fight unique monsters, or tyrants, I mean. And I'm pretty sure there's more, but that's all I can remember right now. But yeah, I really love like the quest system in Xenoblade X. I prefer it so much over 1 and 2. And Xenoblade 3 is already taking a lot of inspiration from Xenoblade X. There's a lot. I might make a separate video on like all the similarities between X and 3 and what 3 is taking from X. But side quests seem to be one of them, because we already have kind of like a quests in Xenoblade 3, and that's the breakpoints, the campsites, you know, the breakpoints. That's where you go to like look at all your quests and accept which ones you want to do. Now I like that a lot, instead of having to run around to certain NPCs and you know, look for certain NPCs for quests. Say if you have a quest chain like in Xenoblade DE, you gotta run around to all these different people to get all the different quests that you need. Instead, you can just have them all in one central hub right there, one giant list of all the quests together. And Xenoblade X, like, there's a lot of quests. Xenoblade X is obviously the biggest and most like expansive world in Xenoblade, so obviously there's going to be a lot of side quests, and you know, you're able to choose which ones you want from this giant list of all the side quests. So I really like that, because like sometimes, because I love to explore, in open world games, open world JRPG is like my favorite genre of all time. I love open world JRPGs, so Xenoblade is literally perfect for me. But I love exploring, like any open world. It's just, I don't know, it's just so immersive. I love exploring open worlds. So like, I've been exploring the hell out of Mira. I'm like 100 hours into Xenoblade X, and I haven't even beaten the game yet. Okay, I'm at like what, chapter 9 or 10. I haven't even beaten the game yet, and like I'm now finally just getting to Cauldros 100 hours in, because I've been exploring the literal 4 other continents. Explore a lot in, you know, in open world games. So sometimes I'll just go a long time without accepting any quests, and then when I go to, you know, like the quest board and I accept, you know, 20 quests, I'll have like 6 done back to back because I just passively completed them while I was exploring. I love that. It's so satisfying to just clear them all out like that. And I feel it's actually more organized to have them all in one big list instead of actually going to a bunch of different NPCs. So Xenoblade 3 is taking a lot of inspiration from X, and one of my, you know, biggest hopes is that it takes inspiration from X in you know, in terms of the quest system, and it looks like it's already starting to go that way. So I'm very hopeful about that. And I also hope, you know, they follow as closely to X as possible with like the whole bounty quest, gathering quest, obviously not Moranium requests, because, you know, this is a Mira, but you know, the different categories of quests, and it'll tell you which one, like which quest is in which category. So it's I don't know, I just really like Xenoblade X's quest system a lot. I think it's very organized, and it's very organized and easy to understand. So instead of, you know, having to run around to all these different NPCs at different times a day in order to get quests. So like, I hated grinding in Xenoblade DE, like grinding affinity for areas, because you just the way you know, again, like you have to go around to all these different people to get quests at all these different times. It was very frustrating and annoying to figure out who has what quests and at what time. Instead, I'd much rather go to, again, a central hub and just see, you know, have all the quests right there in a list, and I can just accept them all at one time and then complete them back to back to back. So Xenoblade X did so many things right. Okay, Xenoblade X did so many incredible, like, quality of life stuff that we just haven't seen in any other Xenoblade game. It's only been in X, and that's a shame. It's like Xenoblade X just basically doesn't exist anymore. Okay, go up to Takahashi Brown and ask him, "Hey yo, when are we getting that X Switch port? Goddamn, X Switch port." And he's gonna be like, "The what?" Like, he's not gonna know what the hell you're talking about. He's like, "What is a Xenoblade X? I don't know what that is." Like, everyone sleeps on X. X has just been forgotten about, man. Poor X. Okay. And Takahashi Brown, he's trying to like remedy that by throwing a lot of like X mechanics, not mechanics, but like a lot of X themes or whatever and stuff into Xenoblade 3. It'd be like, "Hey, look, we didn't forget about X, but we're still not porting it." So, I mean, shit. I've been playing a lot of Xenoblade X recently, and I figured, hey, this would be kind of cool if I, you know, made a video about this, because I really do like the quest system next and how it's done very well. So I hope it returns, or it's like that for Xenoblade 3 instead of how it was in 1 and 2, and it looks like it's going to be like the way it was in X, with it all the quests being in 1 spot. So, but then again, we don't really have much information on 3. I mean, we've gotten a lot of information on 3, but we still don't have that much. Compared to how big the game really is, they only have a tiny fraction of the information. So we still don't even like know who all the heroes are. there's still some heroes we haven't heard about yet. I can guarantee there's areas that we don't even know about yet. So, you know, different arts and skills and everything. So maybe quests, maybe they do a mix of like central hub for quests and NPCs. That wouldn't make any sense. But then imagine if we had like nation exclusive quests, like quests you can only do in Agnes, quests you can only do in Kevis. That would be dope. That would be so badass. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a video talking about Xenoblade X's quest system and how much I love it and how much I want it to be implemented. That's the word I was looking for. Implemented into Xenoblade 3. That would just make me love the game so much more than I already clearly do. But yeah. All in all, I just want Xenoblade 3's quest system to be like X's. Is that too much to ask for? But yeah, no, that's really about it for this video. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Stay safe. Be well and play some goddamn Xenoblade.